Today we are going to finish filling out our doodle notes, and we are going to talk about other ways to find slope. So far we have found slope by counting units on a coordinate plane, but you can also find slope by subtracting coordinates. Today we are going to find slope by subtracting the coordinates, and there's a special formula that we will use, and we're going to fill it in up here in this box. So remember, slope is represented with the letter M, and it's the rise over the run. Well, the rise is your y coordinate, so it's y2 minus y1. And your run are your x coordinates, so they're horizontal, and it's x2 minus x1. So really, you're just going to find the difference between the coordinates, and that will give you the slope. So we're going to do an example right here, actually 2 examples. Find the slope between the 2 points. The first thing that you need to do is label your coordinates. So this set of coordinates right here is our first set. So these are going to be number 1. And then the second set is over here. So these are going to be number 2. And really, every coordinate is an xy. It always starts like that, x, y. Every coordinate is the same, x, y. And this is going to be x1 because it's the first set, and this is y1. So this is x2 and y2. I would strongly suggest that you take the time to label them, because then you just plug it in to this up here. So y2 is 4 minus our y1, which is -2, over our x2, which is 4, and our x1, which is 3. And then you just subtract across the top. And you can use a calculator for this, especially if you have a hard time subtracting negatives. So 4 minus -2 really is adding. So 4 plus 2 is 6. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. And 6 divided by 1 is really 6. So that's our slope, is 6. And we're going to do the same thing with this second one. Label your points. So this is my first set, and this is my second. So x1, y1, x2, y2. And then you just plug them into that formula. So y2 is right here, -1, minus y1, which is 0, over x2, which is right here, -8, minus 6, x1, right here. Then we just subtract across the top, and so we have -1 minus 0 is -1. -8 minus 6 is -14. And so we have 2 negatives here, negative and negative. That will be a positive, so it's 1/14 as our answer. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 examples from the Delta Math of finding slope from 2 points. So the first part is we are going to use these 2 points, 3, 8 and 8, 3, and we are using the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And like I've stated previously, the first thing that you want to do is label your points. So this is going to be y1, because it's in the first point, and this is y2. And so I'm going to plug those in. So it's 13 minus 8 over x There's x1 and x2, and so it's x2 minus x1, so 8 minus 3 equals, and then you just subtract across the top. So 13 minus 8 is 5, and 8 minus 3 is also 5. So 5 divided by 5 equals 1. So that is my answer. And do you see this undefined right here? Undefined would be if you get 0 on the bottom. So remember, you cannot divide by a 0. So if you got something that was 3 divided by 0, that would be undefined. All right, here's our second example. And again, we are using the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember, the first thing you are going to do is label your points. So here's y1, y2. Every coordinate has an xy. x1, x2. This is point number 1 because it's listed first. This is point number 2 because it's listed second. So when I go through and plug them into my equation, I have y2, which is 2, minus y1, which is 6. 2 minus 6 equals negative 4. And then x2 is 1 minus x1, which is 3. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. To simplify, which we can simplify this, negative 4 divided by negative 2 equals positive 2. So our slope is positive 2.